A walk to the edge of hell. The enormity of the World Trade Center disaster overwhelms rescue workers and relatives of the missing.
We're looking at those terrorist organizations who have the kind of capacity that would have been necessary to conduct the attack that we saw on the 11th. We haven't yet publicly identified the organization we believe was responsible. But when you look at the list of candidates, one resides in that region.
The United States narrows the list of suspects and seeks international support for retaliation.
We continue CNN's extensive coverage of America under attack. Hello, I'm Relitza Vasilova.
And I'm Jonathan Mann. In a few hours, a new dawn will rise in the United States on a national day of mourning declared by President George W. Bush. The president himself is to attend services in New York and Washington, while authorities searching for those behind Tuesday's attacks cast a wider net. At least 8 people were arrested at New York City's 2 major airports Thursday. They were taken into custody for immigration issues and for carrying false documents, including, in one case, a fake pilot's license. Authorities say 4 of the men had been challenged by airport officials before on Tuesday, the day hijackers commandeered and crashed 4 airliners. Now all are being questioned by FBI members of the Joint Terrorism Task Force. Meanwhile, the investigation has branched out overseas. U.S. and Philippine authorities staging a joint raid on a hotel outside the American embassy in Manila. Philippine President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo said the raid was connected to the attacks in the U.S., but gave no details.
Meanwhile, firefighters at the Pentagon had their hands full when a new fire flared briefly Thursday night. The fire was put out, and investigators resumed their search for the data recorders from the plane that plowed into the Pentagon Tuesday. On Thursday, search crews did recover the flight data recorder from the 4th crashed airliner, the Boeing 757, that went down in eastern Pennsylvania. And in New York, emergency workers sift through the tomb of twisted steel and concrete that was once the World Trade Center. New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani says the latest estimate of those missing now tops 4,700. No survivors were found Thursday as workers struggle to recover bodies. Loved ones gather near the scene of the tragedy and at hospitals, anxious for any word of those lost. Let's go now to New York, where CNN's Garrick Utley is keeping track of all the developments in this story. Hello, Garrick.
Good morning.